What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the McFarlane Toys Pacific Rim GIPSY Danger action figure playset. No, not a page puncher. It's an action figure playset because it is a figure and there's stuff to play with. Yes, it does include a comic book as well, but it is not a branded page puncher. I'm just gonna keep saying it because I want to make sure people know. It's a Mark III Jaeger. It says Jaeger over here as well. It says comprende un bande disegno. Yeah. Includes comic. On the back, we have a beautiful schematic of GIPSY Danger. We have some intel on GIPSY Danger, and then we have some specs on GIPSY Danger. This is a very cool box. I really like it. This is the fourth one I'm reviewing. Again, it comes with a comic book. This one's Pacific Rim Tales from the Drift. I'm not sure which number, but it is a comic book. One of 4. And then, you know, you got art on the inside, which is very, very nice. I've been doing this so we can see it a little better. Yeah, there's some art in there. Unfortunately, I wish we could see that art very well because it's a nice piece of art. It's been a nice piece of art. I wish they did these boxes a little bit different because this kind of gets lost. It's cool, but, you know, wish it was done a little bit different. But we're not here for the box. We're here for the action figure playset inside. So without any further ado, let's get to this review. So before we get to the figure, let's look at the comic book real quick. I'm not really reviewing the comics in these, but, you know, just showing you what we got. This is number 3, and let's check it out. Oh, nice. Very, very cool. Lots of cool people worked on this book, that is for sure. I would know because I know a lot of them. Very nicely done here. This is looking sweet. Definitely looking forward to giving these a read once I've opened everything up. You know, I think Ultrazilla Jr. is kind of curious too about him, so yeah, pretty cool. But here is GIPSY and his accessories out of the package. And like I have mentioned before, some of these are going to have, you know, repeats of some accessories, and this is the first one that has repeats. I'm gonna guess there's like 2 of everything, right, amongst these sets. And here we got this truck again that we saw in our first review with Raiju. That looks pretty cool. We have the tank with the turning turret, which is nice, very nice. I like this tank a lot. Very nicely done. These all have a little bit of black wash on them. And they come in this like kind of metallic, pearlescent army green. They're very cool. I do like them. I didn't like the jet, but that came with Striker, Eureka. But otherwise, I've liked these a lot. Then we get a base, and you know, the only thing that's different on these is the way, you know, they've applied some paint on it. This has, you know, a little bit more black paint across it than the rest, but they're all the same. It's fine. And then you got the breakaway building, and these are pretty cool. They're all the same. They're customizable, you know, meaning you can take off parts and then you can make things shorter and whatnot and change the tops and stuff. But this is, again, like I said, this is the first one that is a repeat of one that we've gotten before. Like I said, comes with Raiju, this one, and I'll show you that right now. So here you go. So you get 2 of the same building within the first series. But most importantly, is there a more iconic mecha made in the last 25 years? I'm gonna go that far back. Than GIPSY Danger has become. Especially, for sure in live action, there's been nothing quite like GIPSY Danger. He is amazing. Feel free, go ahead, list your favorites of the last 25 years that have been created then. But, man, he's just become iconic. Or it's just become iconic. Or she's become iconic, because I know a lot of folks like to call their any vehicle a she. That's fine. Whatever you call it, it doesn't matter to me. I just love Gypsy Danger. It is an amazing mecha. Superb, and this little figure is very cool. As you can see, it's done in a light blue, and I really like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do dig it. There is a ton of molded detail in the back. No paint on the back, but a lot of detail. Check it out. Very nicely done. Beautiful. Really, they did a superb job with the details here on the sculpt work. I like it a lot. The side of the arm looks pretty good. His fists look good on the inside. Everything looks good there. The shoulder pads has a 34 on there. It's got a reddish stripe on the top. Little red circle there. Then again, in the chest, zoom in. You see a lot of like wash on there. Bring out the detail. A lot of scuffs. Then the reactor here looks fantastic in yellow. Belly looks really good. Krajisi section. The front of the legs look good. Very nicely done. Feet look great. I like the sides of the feet. Oh, have to focus on other mechas on the back. Really nicely done. Then, as you see here, we have the chainsword done in a gunmetal. Very nice. And it's not like crazy warped either. You would expect some of these things to be like crazy warped, especially in what's, been pretty much deemed kids' toys, But the arms look great. I like the chainsword. That is very cool. And then we get up here, again, you got the stripe, 34. Then you got these things that go over. And then you got the head sculpt, which looks pretty good. This is a little warp back here, this back plate on mine. Just a tad. I'm going to have to heat that up and move that back. See how it's like got bent in? Probably from the packaging. That shouldn't be a big deal. A little heat should warp that back into place. But the head sculpt is awesome. The stripe going down looks good. And then the gold visor for the cockpit looks amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. So very nicely done. I think this is a really good looking Gypsy Danger. Saying that as a big fan, as you can tell, of this mech. And I just think this turned out very good. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It looks cool. Even the little black, joints here, I think work very well. And speaking of those black joints, yes, they are articulation points, of course. You have soft ratcheted elbows and really nice ratcheted knees. You could go all the way past the ratchet. But there's a ratchet. That's a ratchet joint, guys. See that? Click. So very nicely done. And I like that all of these figures so far have had different, a little bit different articulation from each other. The legs are on ball joints, so they can move okay. Not as good as Strikers, unfortunately, but they move. Shoulders as well don't move that good. So that's a bit of a bummer, but, can rotate it just a bit inwards. See that? And outwards. And then the head does move as well. So you got to really get in there, but you can move his head. So, yeah, that's going to work. Nothing in the chest, nothing in the feet or hands, but, that's not what these guys are like. They're not for super articulation. And that's okay. That is, honestly, that's okay. Stop hanging your hat on all the articulated figures. There's a lot of figures that are perfectly awesome without being that articulated. And I think for the price point and what you get here, these action figure sets are proving that they are totally worth it to be in your collection. Especially if you're passionate about Pacific Rim like I am. Hey, real quick, I did apply some heat to this, and I was able to bend it back. Also, while I did that, I freed up the shoulders a little bit. So that's pretty cool. So the shoulders are now a lot more free to move back and forth. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So the articulation, yeah, it's pretty good. Even the legs got loosened a little bit. So yeah, it's the small figures. So heating it up made everything get looser, and that's not a bad thing. And for your size comparisons, first up here is the 4 Pacific Rim action figure playsets that I've opened up and reviewed thus far. With Striker, Gypsy, Knifehead, and Raiju. And I like how, you know, they vary in size. Gypsy is standing a little bit bigger here. So is Knifehead. It really, really works. They look fantastic. And for some further size comparisons, here is a Gypsy Danger with some other Gypsies and a few Godzillas you might have in your collection. I gotta say, looks pretty decent with the Mezco 5 points. Mezco 5 points, they're the 5 points XL. They're maybe a tad larger, but, you know, I'd say that probably works. You know, I wouldn't go higher than that. I really wouldn't. Because, you know, you want them to face off a little bit, and I think that is a pretty good size scale. Oh, there goes the NECA. He's missing a leg. Oh god, those NECAs. But yeah. Oh no, that was a disaster behind me, and behind them, I should say. So focus on these guys. Oh boy. And my final thoughts, you know what? I think they did a fine job with Gypsy Danger. I'm very happy to report that as a big fan of Gypsy Danger. So I like it. It's a nice little figure. It really works well. These sets are pretty cool. Yes, this has the same, you know, accessories as Raiju. Not a big deal for me, you know, because these things are like interchangeable, whatever. And, you know, the comic book is whatever as well. But the figure is very, very cool, you know? We could argue about the cost here. $20 for what you get. Again, $4 of that is the comic, and then, you know, you get the figures a set for $16. I mean, for what you get, it's not bad. It's not like these figures aren't detailed. You know, you get a breakaway building and, you know, a couple of little vehicles. It's not terrible. Could they be cheaper? Yes. Are they going to be cheaper? Absolutely not. There's no possible way in this day and age with material costs that they would make this cheaper, especially since they're giving you extra stuff here. The box is, you know, it is involved as well. Unfortunately, I would always push for better use of boxes, and I have. You guys heard me say that multiple times over the years. You know, take away some box and you get, you know, a cheaper price point. But I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think it's ever going to happen. So it is what it is. You do get your money's worth, in my opinion, anyway. And that's really all that matters. I do like this a lot. It's pretty cool. And so far, this line, you know, half of it done now. It's a hit for me. It really is. And there you go. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection with some pretty cool Pacific Rim figures. Till next time, peace out, peeps.